All right, so instead of Would It or Quit today, we're going to do the Maybe I'm Christmas Crazy wrap-up show, putting a bow on 2019.
That's how we do.
This is how we do. So Heller, you're going to give me the categories.
Indeed.
And I will pick the winner.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
What's the first category?
The first category is Grinch of the Year.
Ooh.
The nominees for Grinch of the Year are Baker Mayfield, James Dolan, who, if you don't know, is the owner of the Knicks, Bill Belichick, and Nick Saban.
I was holding the Grinch face for so long. You didn't look up once.
Let me see it again. Oh, not bad. With the
I
hair,
can't do
too.
that one, but I do kind of look a little bit like Cindy Lou Who today. That's what I was going for. All right, so Baker Mayfield, James Dolan, Bill Belichick, or Nick Saban. Bill Belichick and Nick Saban are two tremendous grumps.
Every year.
Winning grumps, but grumps nonetheless. Baker Mayfield obviously had major issues with everybody. But I'm going to have to go with James Dolan, who continues to disappoint Knicks fans, who, even as a Heat fan, I love how Donnie picks these pictures. It's tremendous work.
Yeah.
Even as a Heat fan, who traditionally should hate the Knicks,
right.
I like when the Knicks are good because they play in New York and they have a great fan base, and leagues are better when cornerstone franchises are playing well. And the Knicks have now scattered into obscurity. They fired my man, Fizdale. I don't appreciate it. They're still the same. And KD's right. Knicks are not cool anymore. And that sucks.
Fizdale is what gave them hope and told us that they might be something. And meanwhile, JD and the straight shots are.
You know what's one of my biggest fears, honestly?
What's that?
It's an irrational fear, but it is a fear of mine. That one day I'm going to walk into a place and his band's going to be playing.
JD and the straight shot. That's James Dolan's band.
I'm being dead ass right now. That's a fear of mine. Is that a rational fear?
No, because it could happen.
I never want to be. I don't want to accidentally be like in the place and then I turn around and I'm like maybe accidentally play a little bit of a tune that I like.
And you're dancing
and
then you see.
And I see whatever.
That's a valid.
What is it? JD and the straight shots.
Yeah, that's a valid fear.
And there they are on stage, and then all of a sudden, boom, Snapchat, and I'm stuck. Rep ruined. Can't have it. All right. This is a legitimate fear of mine. I have anxiety even talking about it.
That's legit. Okay. Next category. Let's spin it positive.
Okay.
The greatest gift of 2019.
Oh.
Yep. We got lots of gifts this year. 80 to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty exciting. The Warriors dynasty being broken up. I can't believe I typed those words. That was a gift to everyone else.
Yes, it was.
Not to me. Oh, the Hamptons 5. Oh my gosh, I miss you. Lamar Jackson was an incredible gift for our eyeballs.
Yep.
Seems like even more senses somehow because of how good he plays. The U.S. Women's National Team, who won a gold medal, but are always a gift.
World Cup.
That too. World Cup, even better. Russell Wilson's new contract and the.
Oh, come on, Donnie.
You got yourself.
So rude.
You got yourself a deal, Seattle. Hey, Seattle.
I mean,
you got yourself a deal.
It's so wrong. It's so rude, Donnie.
Hey, Seattle. Hey.
Stop.
We got yourself a deal.
Stop. Make it stop. I can't.
All right.
This was not. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Also, Gronk to Fox.
I'm not going to look up until it changes.
Which was a great deal for us and a gift to Fox.
Yes.
And to viewers everywhere. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Look at Gronky Claus.
Love
That fixes everything. Who do you got, Joy?
All right. All great nominees. Obviously, AD to the Lakers. Thank God that finally happened because, man, those trade talks were annoying.
Took a while.
Warriors dynasty breaking up. I have some sympathy for you guys, for UNT, because this is rough for the Bay Area.
Appreciate you.
Rough year for the Bay Area. But I will say I don't know if this is a gift for the NBA in altogether, because now there's no villain, and we need a villain.
2021, we're
Lamar
coming back.
Jackson, obviously incredible. Yeah, you guys will be right back. Lamar Jackson, obviously incredible. Can't say enough good things about him. Yeah, get that cookie. U.S. Women's National Team, legendary, transformed the way that I think a lot of people looked at women's sports.
They did it off the field this year too.
Yes, they did.
Sure.
And Russell Wilson obviously deserved the contract. I'm
Seattle,
stop!
we got a deal.
Stop it. it. Stop it. And then Gronk to Fox. I've known Gronk for most of his adult life, so I'm very happy to have him here at Fox. Okay. But I'm going to give it to the U.S. Women's National Team. Obviously, they were incredible this year. Girl power all over the place. But more importantly, aside from the fact that they're just completely dominant, they started discussions mostly still with a lot of resistance because it's terrible. I'm going to say something dramatic. Trigger warning. Women should probably be paid the same amount for the same work. I know it's very, very troubling for people. It's one of the craziest conversations I ever have on the internet. All the reasons why women shouldn't be paid for what they do. It's like, if you could put all the time and energy, or just even the creativity that you put into
hot takes about
reasons for why they shouldn't be paid within reason. Like, not even like the same at, like, they're not asking for Hamptons 5 money. They're not asking for, Carson Wentz money or
World Cup winner
Nick
money.
Foles money. Like, just the money that they deserve to be paid. Like, literally this for the same thing that the guys do. I don't want to get into it. Anyway, put all that creativity into reasons why that shouldn't happen and just solve world hunger or, like, fix the global warming.
Yep.
Or the economy or like unemployment. I don't know.
If you
Use
could
all that brain power that you're obsessed with why women shouldn't be paid fairly and do it for something that actually matters.
If you could turn salt water into regular water, drinking water more efficiently, that would be super helpful. Appreciate you.
Lots of stuff you could do with that
Yep.
time. Anyway, so U.S. Women's National Team, greatest gift of the year.
You ready for the naughty list?
Mm-mm.
There's only 3 people on it.
Oh.
But they're bad, Joy.
Okay.
They're real bad. Myles Garrett, I don't know if you remember, there it is. He smashed Mason Rudolph over the head with his own helmet.
He did do
That'll get you on the naughty list.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown, wow. Kicked off of 2 teams basically for pretty much just talking crazy.
There's like a lot that went into Antonio Brown.
Pretty much talking crazy and basically turning himself into a villain, which was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots for Spygate 2.0, because I know that you don't care, but it's still pretty villainous. So, Joy, who is the naughtiest of them all?
I wish I did more things where I require the use of a pencil.
I don't do any things that require... I got one. Golf.
Yeah, I don't golf. But
There's a pencil in golf.
Those are barely pencils.
Little pencil?
Those are like...
Yep.
Golf pencils are church pencils.
But if you go to a nice enough place, they got
Who
erasers.
remembers church pencils? Yes.
Yeah.
No eraser. That is for tithing.
Right. God doesn't have an eraser, right?
Yes. Anyway, Antonio Brown is on the naughty list, top of the naughty list for the year. I don't want to make jokes about, obviously, there's some serious stuff associated with him, but in general, this was a disaster. And it started off as like I was actually a big supporter of Antonio Brown because I didn't like how things were handled in Pittsburgh. And it seems like Pittsburgh might have done themselves and Antonio Brown a disservice. I don't know what happened in Pittsburgh, but it seems like there was just a complete and utter lack of control, responsibility, consequences with the situation. And not winning a Super Bowl with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Ben Roethlisberger is a failure that for me, I feel like always needs to be remembered. Like, that was a squandering of talents. And Antonio Brown then spiraled and went to the Raiders, and that was a disaster. And to the Raiders' credit, they recovered from that, and I don't know how.
Still in the playoff hunt.
And then the Patriots, and then obviously everything has gone downhill from there. But yeah, and who knows? Like, his name keeps popping up in this conversation. The NFL's clearly going to wait until the season's over to make a ruling on the situation. And again, I vehemently disagree with the way that suspensions and punishments are handled in the NFL. But at this point, it is what it is. Hopefully they fix that in the CBA. Again, my suggestion stands: a group of individuals, diverse
Very important that
individuals.
they're diverse.
Very important that they're diverse from different walks of life, different places in the world, different occupations, respected in their said occupations, and they sit on a panel, you present the issue, call it a jury, and then they make a ruling, and then that's what the punishment is.
Instead of one man who gets paid more than $40 million a year to run the whole thing.
I mean, it's just a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot. It's got a lot on his plate.
It doesn't really ever go smoothly. So anyway, that's top of the naughty list. All right, what's next?
Real quick, do you remember when, think about how nice of a story the feet freezing thing is now by comparison to everything else that had happened? That's a cute story.
I completely forgot about that.
That's an adorable story with B-roll compared to everything else
The
that's
feet
happened.
thing and the helmet situation.
Wow.
I forgot about the
He
foot
needs
thing.
he needs better friends, I think it's safe to say. All right. Up next is our favorite caroler, which is Christmas Speak for Best Artist of the Year.
Donnie, could you have found crazy or eyes caroler people?
I feel like they embody Christmas carols.
Okay, so I have one Christmas carol story.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever had carolers come to your house?
I've been a caroler before. I grew up in a nice neighborhood,
Okay.
so this was pretty par for the course.
Okay. Well, no, that makes sense. Have you ever? Yeah. No, me either. Okay. So.
Damn. My bad,
not a thing
guys.
I don't know how to experience.
You're not
this.
missing much.
I mean, I always saw it on TV, like, oh, that's a thing people do, or like you go to like a Christmas event and they have like a group of people, but it's kind of just a group of people singing. It's not really carolers. Like carolers are supposed to go place to place singing for you. So I don't know how to process or handle this. So when Jason's playing in Washington, D.C. for the R Words, he's staying in this ridiculous house, obviously, and it's in this fancy ass Washington neighborhood. And there's woods and stuff. It's green. So we're there for Christmas, and someone rings the doorbell. I'm like, okay, I'll go answer the door. You know, everyone's hanging out. But the family's here, so I don't know what this is. But like, I gotta answer the door, right? So I open the door, and it's the neighbors with cookies, and they begin singing.
You need to know this is coming. This can't be a
And
surprise
I'm like,
attack.
holy shit, they're caroling. I have no concept of how to experience this. So I'm just staring, and I'm like, I can't do awkward. Awkward is not my territory. Okay, I do not thrive in awkward
That's what I'm on the
situations.
show for.
You do have a really good job at that. I can't handle awkward. I fast forward during awkward parts of movies, television shows. Like, it just makes me sweat, and I can't stand it.
Good
So
for you.
one thing that always makes me awkward, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, is somebody who feels like they can sing or perform who just starts singing for you, and it's
Yeah,
it's
you wanna-
mortifying. Like, oh my god, it's so. I had a guy play a song for me on his guitar once.
Oh no. I'm not here. Let's get this on the record. I don't care how good you are at guitar. If I didn't ask you to start playing where I'm at, you need to not. Straight up.
Yes!
Straight up and down.
What you're not gonna do is play guitar
Yeah,
right now.
your guitar, no matter how
Nobody
good it
asked
is,
for you to
I don't care if you're an
sing.
expert. It still sounds like trash, and I don't want
If
it.
your name isn't Carlos Santana,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you play.
Played by Carlos Santana.
Yes, or like Eric Clapton. All right, those two
Yep.
exceptions.
Honestly, if Clapton started playing, I would be annoyed first, and then I'll probably get into it.
I feel like you got to accept it, right? But anyway,
I'd still roll my
that
eyes.
aside, that's the experience of carolers.
Yeah,
is that
it's-
you've not asked for this performance. I'm supposed to sit here and watch you perform and be happy about the fact that you've put me in this incredibly awkward situation.
Right.
So while the intention is nice,
It's not.
it's so,
selfish. It's
It
low
is-
key. It's secretly
it's so
selfish.
much
There's
selfish.
so many things
I
that
don't
people do
care.
that are meant to be for other people, but are actually self-serving. And caroling is the perfect example of that. You eat your cookie. Good.
Not selfish.
Okay,
Anyway, I didn't
here-
pick my caroler yet.
I gotta tell you.
Oh yeah, that's things. One last thing. My sister's a saint.
Chewing. Joy is chewing.
Tiffany. She's a saint.
Shouts to Tiffany.
And so I called her. She was like, "Oh, who is it?" I was like, "Oh, totally come."
Yeah.
I was like, "There you go, the caroling," and I just left her.
Passed it off.
Yeah.
Well done.
But she was like, she's so nice. She was like, "Oh, like, this is so nice. Thank you for the cookies."
Yep.
Yeah, she handled it. All right,
Thanks,
so
thanks for handling that, Tiffany. Okay, our favorite caroler list includes Lizzo, Cardi B. I put Casey Musgrave on here just because Jeremy's usually
Yeah, shout out to Jeremy.
around. City Girls. JT's free now. That's exciting. Meg the Stallion, big breakout year. And Mr. Old Town Road himself, Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
Who you got?
All right, so this is very difficult because I love everyone on this list a lot, but it's so hard. They're staring at me.
Yep.
I have to go with Lizzo. I'm obsessed with Lizzo, and
She was everywhere.
she was everywhere. She did an amazing job on Saturday Night Live,
I didn't see it yet.
and you should watch it. It's really funny. And she's just having like everyone on this list obviously had an incredible year. So it's no shade to anyone else. But Lizzo to me is like transforming music in the most exciting way. And it's not just because she's a great performer, but she really has embodied like self-love and positivity, and like, if you don't like it, go yourself. And I can really rock with that whole
Yep.
energy heavy, which I do. and I love her tiny purse. So.
Yep. I'm definitely a little bit threatened by it, which means she's doing a good thing. I think that's
exactly
safe to
how
say.
that works.
That's how self-awareness works on my end.
All right, what's next?
Okay. Well, speaking of being self-aware, let's just not pretend like this is a Christmas category. We're just going best hooper of the year.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? The NBA season kind of officially starts on Christmas, so
right. It's a Christmas-themed
hooper of the year.
Christmas-themed hooper of the year. Yep. Kawhi Leonard, 2 different teams balling in both. James Harden, who I'm told is good, but I have yet to see it. LeBron James, who's revitalized the Lakers with a little help from AD. And Luka Doncic, who, in addition to being perhaps the new face of the NBA, also speaks really good Spanish and put Blake Griffin in a really tough spot during their Mexico City game. It's a great clip. We don't need to spend too much time on it, but he flawlessly speaks Spanish and then hands the microphone to Blake. And Blake is the perfect man for the job,
Right, yeah.
but embarrassed nonetheless. So who you got, Jay?
I love Luka. I am a huge fan of Luka Doncic, and he gets it most of all. And I am a huge fan of anyone that gets it. More people that get it around me, please.
Yep.
Obviously, LeBron is having a good. I feel like with these awards, you got to take the whole scope of the year.
Right. So it's
earlier in the year, not
end
such
of
a
the
good
season,
year.
yep.
Now thriving. James Harden,
he's got a beard.
he does, and he scores lots of points.
Yep.
I don't disrespect James Harden. James Harden, probably the greatest offensive player in NBA history.
Oh.
But I'm going to give it to Kawhi Leonard. He brought an entire country a NBA championship. He did it while not playing a lot of games. He then shifted the power and Thanos the entire NBA, coming to the LA Clippers.
That Paul George move was crazy.
Crazy. He moves like a silent assassin. I rocks with that.
Yep.
I love Kawhi Leonard. And most importantly, I called that All right, what's next?
And he got Skip back on his side, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Skip is back.
Number 2. All right, sticking with sports, the signal caller of the year, a.k.a. Santa Claus. I don't know if you guys caught that. Signal caller and Santa Claus have the same initials, therefore Christmas.
Yes, SC.
Thank you. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Lamar Jackson, baby GOAT. Drew Brees, the dude standing next to the GOAT, closest to him. Let's say the GOAT's right-hand man. And Russell Wilson, who mostly is known for... Hey, Seattle, we got ourselves a deal.
I was either going to be that or I thought you were going to play the video again.
No, we didn't rehearse that. Anyway.
Oh,
but Russ is playing at an
so
MVP
rough.
level too, and with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
So he should definitely be in the mix. Who you got, Joy?
He totally should. Tom Brady not having a good second half of the year. Strong start to the year, obviously. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Even though it was the most boring Super Bowl.
It's been a snooze fest.
All time.
All of their games.
Yes, but
Snooze fest.
they're still really, really good and probably going to have a first round bye while we're talking about that. Lamar Jackson, obviously incredible. Can't say enough great things. Russell Wilson making it happen with a lot of injuries. But I got to give it to Drew Brees. I loved the Saints last year. Obviously, they had a rough break at the end of the season. I was kind of mad at them because they made a really big deal of I get it was pass interference, but then they changed the rule, and it's been really obnoxious all season long. Gotta say it. I hope they get rid of it. But Drew Brees, through it all, is the man. He's really that dude. Like, I love Drew Brees on a whole different level. Yes.
Say something bad about Drew Brees. Anyone? He's not as tall as people would like a quarterback to be.
It doesn't, but that doesn't, I don't
right.
even know, like,
He's
if
nullified
that.
that.
If that even matters anymore. If, like, height is even the conversation that you need to have anymore. So, yeah, I love Drew Brees. Obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer, having an incredible season, and I'm happy for him. And I love the Saints. Like, I think they're probably going to end up going to the Super Bowl.
Record-setting season.
Yeah.
Okay, next category, the most underappreciated elf.
Okay.
I'm just going to not explain that.
We were struggling to find category names.
Well, I think you can imagine that there's a lot of elves in Santa's workshop.
Yeah, we're trying to
and
Christmas
some of them
everything.
might not be as appreciated as the others,
Right.
including Dak Prescott, who is still playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions.
Yep.
Carmelo Anthony, who waited a whole season after being screwed by the Rockets to get a chance, and now he's balling with that 0-0 on. And the Toronto Raptors, who weren't respected, then won a championship, and then went right back to being disrespected. Oh, wait, real quick The dude from Counting Crows is in this picture, and he looks nuts. I know that's not good. I know that's not good for our listening audience, but
I knew there was no way you were going to let that slide the second that picture came up.
those are not his. That's not his hair. FYI.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Why would you do that?
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe.
It is. Yeah, it's his look.
It doesn't feel like I can weigh in on why. I'm just stating the facts.
Okay.
Who you got?
Well, obviously I was a big advocate for Melo, and I picked the Raptors. But I get why the Raptors are so disrespected. It's not like they didn't earn that reputation because they did love to have great regular seasons and then get knocked in the playoffs.
Yep, and ship their stars away.
Yeah, and Carmelo, while I think his reputation is a bit unfair, there was kind of a point where it was like, is Melo in the gym at all? And I'm glad he's come back and he has every reason to be petty. And, he was playing great up until he got a little bit.
He totally plays enough defense.
Yeah.
It's totally enough.
Just Stop trying to make players into things that they're not. I'm not going to get into it.
Yep.
But I'm happy for him. Dak Prescott, however, is the most underappreciated. And because of the way that the season is ending, he's probably not going to get a deal after all, which super sucks. They're going to franchise tag him.
Franchise?
And this is going to become a Kirk Cousins situation.
No.
And I'm just going to let you all know now it's going to be mad irritating for like a couple of years. That's
Jerry's going to Snyder him? Come on now.
I'm pretty positive that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, it's Dak Prescott.
Dang it. That is the definition of being underappreciated. All right. The sibling rivalry of the year. You know that you were fighting for presents on Christmas Day, and these people are fighting for other things. So there you go.
Cool.
Niners Seahawks. That rivalry is back, big time. It was good a few years ago.
Next week is gonna be so good.
Oh man, particularly is Marshawn back?
Oh, please.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a little conflicted
there.
though.
Like he's in Seattle.
That's my guy.
As long as he passes the physical, I think he's gonna be there.
Oh, that's my guy. Shouts to Oakland
love
Tech.
Beast mode. Shout
Hell
out to
yeah.
Beast mode.
Hell yeah. KD versus the Warriors. It's been pretty petty. Not great.
Hilarious. Hey, y'all know y'all shady for not keeping him out that video.
What you mean?
It's low-key disrespectful. The Warriors got the team of the decade. You're not gonna have KD in there.
Did we cut that video? The Warriors cut a video, team of the decade without KD?
Yes.
Yikes. I wouldn't have done that. But
Where you been?
Watching other teams play basketball. And football, I guess. The Niners. I've been living and dying by the Niners. That's how I've been hiding out from that. The battle for LA, a true sibling rivalry, Big Bro Lakers and Lil Bro Clip Joint. The Watt brothers, TJ, he's better than JJ now.
He is, actually.
Gosh, those guys. And then also keeping it brother.
Great eyebrows.
The Lopez's reunited. It's not a rivalry because they're reunited and it feels so good. Now there's two people to fight the mascots everywhere they go.
So funny. They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're great. Shouts to Stanford, the home of twin centers. Yeah. Them and the Collinses.
Mm-hmm.
So who's your sibling rivalry of the year?
All great nominees. However, I'm going to go with KD and the Warriors because, again, big shifting moment for the entire league. This changed everything, KD leaving the Warriors. And it felt kind of like he was going to leave the Warriors. And it was a sad ending for him there with the Achilles. And it just didn't end the way that it needed to end. And now the Warriors are completely irrelevant. They'll be back next year, so everyone just calm down. Like Steph and Clay coming back.
That first overall, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna be annoying for the next 5 years. So enjoy it. But the point is, Durant is now in New York with Brooklyn, and we haven't seen him play all year, obviously, because he's recovering from the Achilles, and people are freaking out about Kyrie and what a mistake it was. But KD's not playing yet, so everyone calm down. I know I just said a lot in like 30 seconds, but basically KD and the Warriors is definitely the biggest thing. And then they put together a video with like team of the decade without KD in it. It's like
that
really?
must have been after his like I didn't feel accepted or part of the team comments.
Who cares?
Right. And they flew out to whatever. Anyway. Missy KD. All right. Did that sound believable?
Yeah, I mean, you should.
Okay.
KD.
I mean, I do, but I miss Steph and Clay more. All right. The breakout star of the year, a.k.a. our Rudolph.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because Rudolph was the star of the reindeer.
He is the star of the reindeer.
With his red nose shining
All
so
of
bright.
The other reindeer.
They used to laugh and call him names, I believe, actually.
Like me?
Yeah. But they never let poor Rudolph.
Playing any reindeer games.
Exactly. Okay, breakout star.
No,
Christmas Eve.
Go.
Santa came to say that the breakout star of the year nominees are Ja Morant, who almost killed a man the other night trying to dunk on him.
Yeah, that
was
man was
amazing.
Kevin Love, but yeah,
Oh,
it's an
it was
amazing,
Kevin Love.
Those jerseys are fresh. I'm
yeah,
getting one of
the
those.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Let me just take a picture so I remember.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm losing my memory, I think, because
Take a picture of it.
I do this every day.
Yep.
I can't remember stuff, so I just take pictures and
Yep.
then I can go back and look them.
All you have to do is remember to look at the pictures, and then you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
You could get probably some nice.
Should I take something? What do you take for that? It's like a supplement for losing your mind. All right.
I can't say what I take for that.
John
All right,
Morant.
John Morant.
That's
Yeah.
the difference, actually.
Yeah.
Now that we mentioned it, that might be my issue.
No, that's how you remember more things more vividly. Anyway, John Morant, Luka Doncic, Lamar Jackson.
Ugh, what a rough transition
Oh,
to
yeah.
jerseys.
Oh yeah, those Mavs Fresh Prince jerseys.
Those
Those are.
don't disrespect Fresh Prince by associating. That is like that's like bad. I don't even want to say it.
That
It's
looks
just
like if Will
bad.
Smith actually tried to tag, what it would look like. I would
It's
imagine.
just awful.
Or do you think Will Smith's good at tagging too? Because he's
Will
good
Smith's
at
great
everything.
at
else?
everything.
Damn it. Lamar Jackson, the 49ers, breakout star 49ers. Come on, baby. Look at George Kittle. Oh my goodness.
I am a sucker for crazy ass white boys, and George Kittle
Hitting the
is
wrestling talk.
so wild,
Yeah.
and he's got the wild ass sweaty hair,
Yep.
the ever sweat hair. And
Got some sheen in it.
He just clearly could obviously be in WWE, and he reminds me of like Gronk with long hair.
Mhm.
And I love it because the league misses Gronk, and George Kittle kind of seamlessly
There's a role that needed to
shifted
be
right
filled.
Into that role.
Yep.
And I'm a big George Kittle fan, and
Yep.
I love the video he posted. Well, I don't know. I guess the 49ers did it, but you know he has a Joker tattoo on
Oh
his
yeah.
forearm.
Oh yeah. He's about that life.
I recently learned that. Yeah.
Yep. He's got great hair flips in his.
He does have hair flips.
Yeah.
That hair, you know what? I have a bad neck, so I can't do. Also, the hair is just it's not for flipping. But it looks like if you do that wrong, you ever like pull your neck real quick? You ever do
yes.
something that pulls your neck and like you feel like it's so horrifying, and you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna be able to move again. That's what it looks like when he flips his hair.
Every time I watch people dance, I think, wow, that's amazing dancing. I really like it. Is your neck okay? There's a lot of hair flips in dancing. Anyway, I also put Lil Nas X on this breakout star list. And he's struggling like I am for his inclusion in this. He did have a great year, but this is mostly a sports podcast. Anyway, who you got?
Lil Nas X is so great. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson. Obviously, Lamar
call.
Jackson was a nominee in several of these categories, and Lamar is wonderful. I read the other day. I'm huge on remembering people's names because, as I just mentioned, I can't remember something that I just. What did I took a picture of John Morant.
Yep.
So
For why,
he has because I'm gonna buy that jersey.
Oh, nice.
So I've been working on it.
Yeah.
So he's making it a point to learn everyone's first name
At the
in
facility?
The facility.
Oh,
So like if I couldn't have loved Lamar Jackson more,
Gosh.
that's a huge thing for me. Like Sean McVay is a name user. Like when he sees you,
Yep.
hello John, hello Donnie, hi T, hey Joy. That's remarkable. Remembering people's names is a very difficult thing to do. Don't front like you do it.
right.
And Magic Johnson does the same thing. So it's a sign of excellence, and Lamar has been incredible this year. I'm very excited for next year when we can stop talking about how everyone passed up on him and doubted him, because I'm ready to just really enjoy Lamar Jackson. It's okay. As Colin said, the Ravens also passed on Lamar Jackson.
Well, yeah. Would they take a tight end with that?
Correct.
Hmm.
Yes. So again, like I get it. It's part of the narrative this year. We're the underdogs. Everyone doubted us. Not bad for a running back. I love it. It's great. Driving it. Cool. Lamar Jackson, MVP. None of this is sarcasm. Like totally deserve all of this.
Yep.
John Harbaugh, probably coach of the year. Did an amazing job.
Does he have kids? He seems like a great dad, John Harbaugh.
I don't know. We had a kind of a weird dad conversation. I don't know where that's coming from. But anyway, Lamar
So
Jackson
encouraging.
obviously having an incredible season, and he is a breakout star for sure of this year.
So Mahomes did that
Yes.
touchdown celebration where he counted how many picks. If they face off in the playoffs,
Matt Petty.
Lamar comes through with. He'll be there
Amazing.
counting. He'll do this 1, 2. When you're this many.
He should do this. 1, 2,
You do.
3, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, that's how
1, 2,
many.
3,
That's how many. Skip me, you
Lots.
suckers. Anyway, Joy, do you smell something burning somewhere? Who burnt the cookies? Is our next category. It's the biggest disappointment of 2019.
God.
Okay, the nominees for the cookie burners are
Which is really disappointing.
what when you burn the cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like burnt stuff. So obviously chewy is the most desirable type of cookie, but if it's thin enough and the burnt is crispy, I'll eat it still. It's still
So you like crispy bacon?
yes. Well, I like a mix. I like a piece that's got crispy and
Oh, okay.
chewy on
So
it.
you don't like burnt bacon?
I like bacon, Joy.
I like bacon too, but I don't like if it's super crispy. I don't want to eat it because it tastes like chalk.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Okay. All right. Cool.
Who burnt the cookies?
Who burnt the cookies? Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. I think this is a particularly good one just because he's got that commercial where the stadium is his home. So he definitely would have burnt the cookies in that thing.
Right.
The New Orleans Pelicans. Poor Zion. The Los Angeles Dodgers. What a glorious disappointment they were, huh? That is always great.
So frustrating.
The New York Yankees. I don't have anything smart to say about that. The New York Giants. Daniel Jones taking a lot of hits. And the Dallas Cowboys, who are still potentially a playoff team, but no longer fully control their own destiny. Joy, who's the biggest disappointment of 2019?
Well, it's hard to not say the Cowboys. Jason Garrett has been looking stressed the past couple weeks, huh?
Is he the most famous ginger in America?
You can only say that because that's you.
Yeah, I know. Don't you guys be trying to say ginger?
I don't.
All right, exactly. If you do, never mind.
Although I have a lot of people.
Oh
that
yeah,
are
you
my
got
family.
you got family, so they probably give you pass. Ginger pass.
Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns obviously burnt the cookies. Here's the thing. I don't even know where to start or finish with the Cleveland Browns.
They burnt us too because
Yeah,
we were so
I mean,
pro
I was
what they were doing.
so pro Baker at the beginning of the season, and I picked them to make the wild card. Which, look, the thing about it is I fell for it. Like this is what Cleveland teams do. They convince you that they're better than they are. I'm sad because I don't get to enjoy the greatness of Odell Beckham Jr. I hope they trade him for the rest of our sakes. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's the Browns, and I don't think Baker's this bad. It just spiraled out of control this last game, too. Like, fans are booing, and, he's waving them off, and it's just a disaster. Like, it's a disaster, and I just wish, I guess at this point, I wish that someone from the Browns would just say that. Like, yeah, this is a disaster. What we're living in is a sports nightmare, and we did not have a good season. Everything is falling apart. And just keep it real with us instead of continuing to feed like, I'm staying here, and we're going to keep Odell, and we're going to keep Freddie Kitchens, and, we just have some things we need to sort out. Like, no, bro, season's over. Fans have turned on you. In Cleveland, that's hard to do. I don't like a lot about Cleveland, okay? But I do have a lot of respect for Browns fans because they deal with a lot of shit. And if they want to boo, they certainly, out of all franchises, have the right to boo. Browns and Cincinnati, okay?
To that point, the Browns are so bad that they're going to lose the state of Ohio to Joe Burrow and the Bengals next season.
As they should. And I have to watch Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, no.
I think.
Is that I'd rather watch the Browns. Low-key, I'd rather watch the Browns.
My one true hope is that the Dolphins have like 500 picks.
Put a package together.
They could just slide it over to the Bengals. Like, look, remember how really bad you were last year? You need so much more than Joe Burrow. So what if you took like one of the other quarterbacks in the draft, let us have Burrow, and you can have like 2 other picks.
Yep.
Then you'd be better overall as a team. So hopefully they fall for that. But anyway, the point is, I'm at the point now where I need somebody to keep it real with me. Like I need some real, like straight up face to face real shit. Keep it real. And I feel like we're just not going to get that. And even at the end of the season, there's just going to be this front that like this was not anyone's fault. Like it's somebody's fault. And it doesn't matter who they bring in because it's Cleveland and they're going to continue in this mess of mediocrity until they actually give the organization over to a proven head coach who can run it and they keep him for more than a year, which I don't see happening because why would I believe that? How many times do you have to do this to us? Actually, I mean, we really just kind of weren't paying attention. Now we have to pay attention because you have Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, and Baker Mayfield. I would say Myles Garrett, but who knows when he'll be back.
Yeah.
So.
It's contagious, I feel like.
Contagious, bruh.
Contagious.